College basketball returns today in the quest for the tournament. We got a lot of good matches. Chris, what is it, 22?
22 ranked teams in action.
That is awesome. So let's talk about some of them because we had the Champions Classic from Madison Square Garden. Number 9, Duke taking on number 10, ranked Kentucky. It is the beginning of the end for Coach K there, entering his 42nd and final season. Also, you get number 3, Kansas, going up against unranked Michigan State at 7 Eastern. So right now, Gonzaga is the favorite to win the tournament. That is followed by Michigan, Villanova, UCLA. But when it comes to our experts and who they believe, as they look into their own little crystal balls, will win, Gary Parrish, Jerry Palm going with the Zags, but Matt Norlander, Kyle Boone taking Purdue. Let's find out why. Let's welcome in one of the guys behind the Eye on College Basketball podcast, Matt Norlander there. Matt, you're going with Purdue to win the whole thing as of right now. Give us your reasoning.
Yeah, I got to get that headshot updated. That's my face when Hassel sings in my ear before we come back from break, just so everyone realizes. I got to get that updated. I'm going to go with Purdue because they bring back all their starters. Matt Painter is regarded as one of the top 10 to 15 X&O guys in the entire sport. Jaden Ivey could be a first-round draft pick in next summer's NBA draft. Zach Edey is the name. I'm telling you right now, Zach Edey, 7'3", 7'4", beast of a breakout player this season, in addition to another big they have on that roster, Travion Williams. So I like to sometimes get a little bit zesty, a little spicy with my preseason national championship pick. Don't like to just, pick the obvious pick like Parrish and go with Gonzaga. It's a reasonable pick, but I like to give you someone a little bit different that also has good value. Why not the Boilermakers? By the way, Purdue fans have found me, and they have found my mentions. They do not like the idea of a national outlet picking their team to win it all. So there's some sort of complex going on there with Purdue fans. But they're my pick. I'm not moving off it.
I mean, I get that because it's too high of expectations, right? Like, you don't want somebody to say you're supposed to be great and then you're just average. Nobody wants that there. Chris deals with that all the time. All right, Let's go on. You're a little zesty with that pick. We asked you for a bold prediction as well. And this one also a little zesty, Matt.
Yeah, zest here on a Tuesday. We absolutely love it. I'm going to say your reigning national champions, the Baylor Bears, who were so phenomenal last season in the tournament on the way to destroying Gonzaga in the title game. I'll say that Baylor doesn't get past the Sweet 16 this season, and they're not going to be highly seeded once we get to the NCAA tournament. They could be, say, a 5 seed, 6 seed, but that's my bold take. You want bold, I got to give you bold here. They lost Jared Butler, MOP. They lost Davion Mitchell, who's already looking like he was one of the 10 best players in that draft class early on in this NBA season. Mark Vital is gone as well. They bring back Matthew Meyer, but is he going to make an elite jump? Adam Flagler, I'm told he's been their best player in practice for the past 6 weeks. A really inspiring potential there. A player you don't see on your screen that we're going to know a lot about in about 2 or 3 months' time is Kendall Brown, who is a highlight-making freshman. But overall, I like Baylor. I don't love Baylor. As you see the championship odds, I don't find them to be a team that's going to be in the conversation to repeat as national champions. Nothing against Scott Drew. They'll have a good team, but I had to be bold. So my bold thing is reigning national champs won't win more than, say, 2 games in next year's NCAA tournament, but they'll still be relevant and they'll still be a top 25 team most of the season. A
bold zest, if you will, there. Matt, what about a mid-major team that you're keeping an eye on?
Has to be Belmont. With respect to Loyola Chicago and St. Bonaventure, who are very good as well, let me give you the Belmont Bruins. 26-4 a year ago, did not even get an invite to the NIT. Not even the NCAA tournament, the NIT at 26-4. Casey Alexander brings back a ton. He's got 2 of the 6 or 7 best players. You see one of them right here, mid-major players in all of college basketball, Nick Mazinski, and then you see the other one, Grayson Murphy. Grayson Murphy's a combo guard who averages 8 rebounds a game. Grayson Murphy might have more triple doubles than anyone in college basketball this season. So keep an eye on Belmont. The class of the OVC could wind up being a 9 or 10 seed when we get to Selection Sunday. And at that point will be a trendy Cinderella pick. But let's not worry about March. I'm telling you right now to get in on them. Okay, Belmont is your mid-major to watch, and I think they'll be a top 40 program. By the way, if you missed the news in the offseason, this is their last season in the OVC. Belmont will go to the Missouri Valley Conference next year.
Let's look ahead to tonight. We have the Champions Classic going down at Madison Square Garden, starting with Kansas, Michigan State there. Kansas, a 4-point favorite as of right now. Michigan State looking for that bounce back season that they desperately need there. What is your pick in this game here, Matt?
Next time you see me on HQ, I will be at the Garden. So from home now in Connecticut, going to scoot down. I'm going to take Kansas to win this, and I'll take them to cover. I think the defense is going to show up big here. I mentioned this on HQ earlier today, and I mentioned it on the most recent episode of Eye on College Basketball. There's been a lot of noise about Kentucky and Duke coming off of poor years, and we'll get to that in a second. But all 4 schools that are on display at MSG tonight are coming off of seasons, their worst season per the advanced metrics in a decade plus. Michigan State and Kansas are involved in that as well. They were good teams last year, but Michigan State squeaked into the NCAA tournament, and Kansas didn't win the Big 12, wasn't a high seed, didn't make a deep tournament run there. I will take the Jayhawks here because Michigan State's got a lot of intriguing pieces. Look out for Max Christie, freshman, might be the best player on Sparty this year, but I trust Ochai Agbaji, one of the 10 best defenders in the sport as far as I'm concerned. Remy Martin, a transfer from Arizona State, will be on the floor for Kansas. But people that are really following the sport are aware of one fact. Jalen Wilson for Kansas, he's not playing in this game. He's one of their 3 best players. He is on a 3-game suspension because of a DUI incident. So no Kansas there. Could mean it's a close game. Maybe Sparty gets a win. But I'm going to lean on the team that I have preseason top 5 going in. Meanwhile, Michigan State, I evaluate right now closer to that 35 range.
Matt, that's as far as I got in your podcast. I was listening to it before I came on air. I got through that game. I did not get to listen to your take on the next one, so I'm very curious to see what it is. Kentucky going up against Duke. Duke, it's basically a pick-em. They're favored by 1 in this one. What's your play here?
Just wait till you get to the second half of that podcast. There's a couple of doozies from GP there, Amanda. I will go with, now Kentucky's coming off a mere 9-point win against D2 Miles College. It was the first time under John Calipari Kentucky had ever failed to win an exhibition game by fewer than 20 points. So with this, the Coach K momentum, Duke has Paolo Banchero, who might be the best freshman, might be the best player in college basketball this season. There's a little bit of momentum going Duke's way. I'm going to zag on this. I will take Kentucky to win. Similar to Kansas, I think the defense is going to show well. A player you need to know about is Oscar Tshiebwe because Paolo Banchero, fantastic freshman big for Duke. I kind of wonder if Tshiebwe might neutralize him a bit. I will just go Kentucky here in a game that I think there's going to be a lot of nerves, in a good way, but a lot of nerves in the building tonight. These are players that have not played in this kind of environment in a year and a half, okay? Not a full building, mostly normal season, Amanda. So give me Kentucky to win, by 4 or 5 points overall. I think it'll be a good one, just a little bit bumpy, and that's okay. College players, we kind of expect this a little bit. As long as the games are close, that'll make me happy, and I think both will be close. But I like Kansas to win with a little bit of comfort, and then Kentucky in a little bit of a closer game against Duke.
All right, I'm ready for the second half of that podcast. All I learned in the first half really was that Gary hates White Plains Airport there, that he loathes it. In fact, Matt Norlander, thanks so much for checking in. Enjoy your trip there down to Manhattan at Madison Square Garden. We'll see you there here on HQ. For more from Matt and Gary Parrish, make sure to download and follow the ever entertaining Eye on College Basketball podcast. And Chris, new thing with the podcast, you know what?
What?
Yes.
It's a full 2 hours every show.
Probably could be. It's now video.
Oh?
Yeah, they took it to the YouTube, so check them out. Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.